Welcome to the MaxCast Plus Total Contact Casting System. Traditional Total Contact Casting made easy. Cast Application. Review the patient and casting instructions prior to the application of the cast. Place the patient in the prone position. Begin the cast with the 4-inch plaster roll. Briefly wet and squeeze out excess water. Begin rolling the plaster at the base of the toes, overlapping the toe foam for one full rotation. Continue to roll proximally up the leg, overlapping by approximately 3/4 of an inch. The plaster roll is very important as it conforms to the foot, ankle, and leg and is the basis for intimate contact. The plaster may not cover the entire cast area in larger patients, but is acceptable as long as the foot and ankle are covered. Continue rolling up the leg until the entire roll of plaster is utilized. Smooth out any bumps or wrinkles, especially on the plantar surface, as these can cause pressure points. We now apply our first roll of 4-inch fiberglass cast tape. Briefly wet and squeeze out excess water. Begin aligning evenly with the plaster for one full rotation. Continue to roll proximately up the leg and overlapping by approximately 1/3 the width of the roll of cast tape. Continue rolling proximally up the leg to the edge of the medial and lateral strips, leaving the very edge exposed. Roll back down the leg towards the cap, utilizing all excess material. Quickly smoothen the loose end. Next, we apply our proprietary multi-layer prefabricated splint. Do not wet the splint as it pulls its moisture from the previous layers of material. Align the splint with the proximal edge of the cast on the posterior side of the leg. Align with the posterior side of the leg across the plantar surface and overhanging at the toes. Utilize the stockinette to create a collar and to lock the posterior splint in place. The posterior splint is one of the most important components of a total contact cast as it supports the foot and the ankle. Our proprietary splint will support even your larger patient population. Next, we apply our patented rocker walker. There is a back to front orientation promoting more normal body mechanics. Align the front of the back pad with the anterior tibia. You can trim excess split material to build up the heel to accommodate for various deformities such as varus, valgus, and equinus. Take the last roll of 4-inch fiberglass tape, wet, and squeeze out excess water. Begin mid-foot at either the styloid process or the medial cuneiform. Roll around the toes to the heel and back towards the toes again. As the fiberglass overlaps, pin with your index finger, rolling under the dorsum of the foot and pulling the excess splint flat on the dorsum. This eliminates dog-earing. Make 2 full rotations, catching the front of the walker heel. On the 3rd rotation, spin the glass 3 times, creating a rope. Pull through the center bridge of the heel, around the back, catching the back end of the heel and locking it in place. Continue to roll the cast material up the leg to the proximal edge of the stockinette. Next, take the self-adhering dressing, securing the loose end of the cast tape and rolling down the leg. This will allow the clinician to move on to other patients while the cast cures and protect the patient's opposing leg from scratching or abrasions. The patient can now roll over, being careful to not bump the cast. Allow 10 to 12 minutes for the cast to cure before the patient ambulates.